Hey y'all, hey, I'm back. I am back, baby. I'm back with another video. We are here. Yeah, I'm sorry I was gone for a while, baby. I was in Vegas for a solid week. Like a full solid week I was in Vegas. I just got back like the day before yesterday. A time was had. Just know that a time was had. If you want to go to Vegas and have like big fun and do it like the right way, like nice ass house, nice ass car, like a nice time, I'm your girl. I do the best trips. Like everybody comes to me to plan trips because I'm the best. I am the best trip planner. Period. Anyway, but we are here. And one of the great things about being gone for like that long is that I'm not really on my phone. When I go on vacation, the only reason I'm on my phone is because I'm looking for spots to eat, spots to get the greeneridge, and things to do. But I don't be on my phone to like look up on Twitter and see what the hell's going on. I don't give a shit about none of that. So while I was gone, few things happened. I'm gonna do a couple of different videos around some of the stuff that happened when I was gone. So the first thing I want to touch on, because I haven't really talked about them in a few weeks, is the Jail Button podcast. Y'all know that I'm like the unofficial, I would say, girly. Yeah, because I don't really know no other girls. I'm talking about on YouTube. There's like a few girls on TikTok that I know talks about the Joe Button podcast, especially there's one girl with glasses, black girl, super beautiful, on TikTok. But I don't know no girls on YouTube that talk about Joe Button. But anyway, because what is it? Danny from the Stop? If it's Danny from the Stop, I'm Daniela. How about that? So, okay, few things. We're going to talk about Flip and Mel. So, this morning when I got up and I went on the Twitter of the communities, of the JBT community, I saw a lot of people talking about Mel. And I knew that it was, interview was coming out with Mel and Charlemagne. So, of course, you got some people in the community that's in the uproar because, oh, how you going to go sit with the ops? And you going to go sit with the ops? Joe and Charlemagne, specifically Joe, has made it so clear, very clear, especially over the last few years, that him and Charlemagne don't have a problem. Flip just saw Charlemagne not that long ago, and they sat there and had a conversation. And then on top of that, Charlemagne just defended Joe against the Native podcast maybe like a week or so ago. So I don't understand this whole narrative of, oh, she's trying to go sit with his ops is stupid, because Joe and Charlemagne don't have a problem with each other, right? That's number one. Then number two, there's this clip that I'm going to pull up and I'm going to play that all of the men of the JBT community, they're in their fifis. But we're going to break it. Sorry, Mel. We're going to listen to the clip, okay? And we're going to talk about pretty much where did she lie? Where did Mel lie throughout this clip that I'm about to play? Also, if we want to talk about too, like loyalty, right? Let's just go with the idea that y'all feel like it's unloyal for her to do this. Where the fuck is the loyalty to Mel? Because my thing with this show is there is so much hypocrisy. Shout out to Ice for saying we're all hypocrites. Shout out to him. But the point of the matter is that y'all, let's just say, like I said, it's true that y'all feel like this is like, oh, you hanging out with the ops, whatever. My thing is, we're talking about a podcast that literally sat up there and constantly talked about, praised, and hung out with this trash ass, raggedy, can't dress, bad body built ass fucking Mandy. And the reason why I'm dragging her like that is because I never watched I don't even know what podcast Mandy was on. Whatever podcast that she had with whatever girl that was, I never listened to it, never gave a fuck. My problem with Mandy is I'm only truly aware of who Mandy is because she keeps talking about Mel Ford. And it doesn't make any sense. The constant little shots that she be fucking taking, the constant shade that she throws at Mel when Mel was on the show, when Mel has never said one thing about this fucking bitch. Excuse my language. She has not said one thing about this lady. But every single time Mandy had a chance to throw shots at Mel online, she did. And what do you niggas do? Talking about everybody else on the pod? Y'all sat up there and y'all kiki, y'all joke, y'all bring it up, Ish is over here hanging out with Mandy. This person is doing this with Mandy. So if there ain't no loyalty, there ain't no loyalty. Y'all didn't care about being loyal to Mel when you got a bitch that she's never said nothing about, who constantly gets on Twitter and talks about her because she ain't got nothing to do. Ain't no motion, ain't no nothing. Other than being on Ish's peen, Mandy has no fucking motion. Don't get me started on that bad bill bitch, because I will really be here all day. I do not like her. I don't like bitches that try to take opportunities like that when nobody did anything to you. You're raggedy. You're raggedy and you're mad because you did all that. What did Cardi say? All that dick riding ain't getting no feature ass bitch. You did all that dick riding on Ish, all that dick riding on Joe for Mona to be the one up there. Because you thought it would be you. Bitch, I'll be here all day if I talk about Mandy's built bad body, built sloppy ass. So let's listen to the clip.
These 4 young black boys. I can't remember what the podcast
Shout out to Hot and Bothered.
now, but I mean.
Oh, you're talking about
It starts with a J.
Jamming?
Yes. I love them. I love them because it's just they take men and brosphere and red pillars to task, and their rhetoric is so respectful towards women, and they just have so much common sense for being so young. So I follow them. I follow Deontay Kyle. I definitely have an algorithm full of men that are, that are allies.
And I want to pause her real fast before we keep going. She's absolutely right. I've been telling y'all it's been hard for me to kind of find people like that. But over the last year or two, like she said, shout out to Deontay Kyle, the Grits and Egg podcast. Shout out to FD Signifier. Shout out to hell, even fucking Sean C. Shout out to Lil Bill. Shout out to what is my guy's name? He's the Caribbean guy. He does all the really good fucking videos around the Caribbean stuff. Him, that's my guy too. I have found in the last year or so a lot of very, very, like she said, allyshipy black men. Shout out to y'all.
But I will also find myself in the comment section of certain things, and it's just, it's very.
And we're gonna get to the comments. Because I want to help prove her point.
Polarizing, and it pulls you, and especially, I've had my own experiences of being around a certain type of a certain group of men who exhibit groupthink, and that groupthink tends to lean very misogynistically. So it has an effect on you, as somebody who's just kind of like absorbing it, simply just because I'm a woman and I'm a woman in the room. It's just.
I listen. Are there folk?
Did she lie? We could actually stop right there, but. Did she lie? Let's back it up one more time to see what she said. One more time.
It's very polarizing, and it pulls you, and especially, I've had my own experiences of being around a certain type of a certain group of men who exhibit groupthink, and that groupthink tends to lean very misogynistically. So it has an effect on you, as somebody who's just kind of like absorbing it, simply just because I'm a woman and I'm the woman in the room kind of thing. It's just.
I listen.
So that's what everybody is so upset about. I could keep playing the clip, but it doesn't matter. That's pretty much what they're mad. So they're mad because people in the community are mad because, number one, Mel said that all of them that they're misogynistic, which they are. They have all even admitted multiple times that they are, and that it's very red pillish. She's not lying. And the whole group think, yeah, correct. And the fact that it's only really based on the fact that she's the only woman in the room. Before we go any further, I want to play this clip, right? That is the first clip I thought of. I'm so glad somebody posted it. And this is a behind the scenes clip. This is when Mel is still here, so I want y'all to listen. This is Joe. played that. I played all of that before I get into my shit to make a point that Joseph himself, first of all, Joe's a hypocrite, because like somebody put in a comment, it's funny that he did that whole speech just to later in that episode continue to dogpile on her. So it's like, it's all bullshit, but I want to put that up here to just make it very clear that Mel is not making that shit up. If Joe his damn self can see the way that they were treating Mel and how it was a lot and how they really look bad as fuck, being a whole bunch of men literally dogpiling on one woman every damn episode, asking her about who she's fucking, who she has fucked, who she's going to be fucking, who she would. Like, y'all look crazy. In that clip, I wanted to play that because before I keep going, I want to be clear that Joe out of his own mouth. So before you fucking Joe fucking Infinity Avengers jumping my fucking comments, listen to what he said. He's the one who acknowledged that they look crazy as a bunch of men with the way that they handle Mel. Period. So I'm not understanding how Joe himself could acknowledge and say we need to stop doing this. But y'all want to sit up here in the community in the comments and say she's full of shit. Nobody did this. Nobody did that. That's a lie. If you go back and look on my channel, I have been making videos about the way that they've treated Mel for at least a year and some change now. At least a year. And I've been saying either Mel needs to leave or they need another woman on there. Because the way that they treat Mel on this show is not right. Let's start off with the groupthink part, right? That she said. What's the groupthink? Not trying to be funny, but she is right when she is saying the majority of the group before Mark got here, when they're talking about men shit versus women shit or relationship, let's just stick on that topic. Ice, Ish, Parks, Amani, Corey, Joe, bitch Keed, all of them niggas be all on the same fucking wavelength when it comes to the majority of the topics, especially when it comes around relationships. And not only that, a lot of times they're not even willing to listen to what Mel has to say, her perspective on it. It's all, it's very barbershop, very juvenile ass shit. So one of the reasons why people really like the show now with Mark coming in is that Mark does not fall within, as she said, the typical men barbershop group red pill ass thinking. He does not. He makes it a little fresh, a little different, where he's not constantly leaning into the fucking most, and I'm not trying to be funny because it's not all the time, but a lot of times they lean into the most ignorant fucking shit that they can. It's nice to have a man up there who can give nuance to a situation, who even if he does not necessarily agree with Mel, he can somewhat at least see what she's saying and where she's coming from versus trying to blend in with the group. And I'm about to get on Mark Lamont's hill ass in 1 second. Be very clear. He is not no Satanist either. But he wasn't there long enough, with Mel. So the whole group thing, she's not wrong about that. And even outside of just on the pod, a lot of group thing happens within the community itself. Niggas love to try to jump on one person. Y'all literally take one point and run it into the fucking ground in this community. It's very much so annoying. Okay? I've been telling y'all, like I said, the whole red pill part where she says it's misogynistic simply because I'm sitting in there as the only woman in the room. She's not lying. Half the shit that's said to Mel, it's because she's the only woman there. And what I've realized about this show, which is why I had to pretty much cut my Patreon off, is this show has now turned into, it don't work for real, if y'all not dogpiling on somebody. Because Mel left. And you want to know who y'all turned to dogpiling on? Imani. And now everybody is saying y'all doing it too much to Imani. So now we flipping it over to Flip. But now Flip's not going to be on the show as much. So I guess we'll just go back to Ish and Joe arguing. Like, Mel was really y'all punching bag for a year and some change. And to sit up here and act like that was not the case is bullshit. And to act like a lot of it wasn't just simply because Mel is the only woman that's there and she ain't got no backup the way the rest of y'all do. And that's something I've always said about the show. It's easy for y'all to jump Mel because, first of all, Mel is not quick on her feet like that. Like, Mona is pretty quick on her feet. Not only that, but Mona also has the backing, like I said, of Mark. Right? Because a lot of times Mark is not necessarily aligning with what Joe, Ish, Ice, and Parks thinks, which makes it more interesting. But the point of the matter is that Mel is not quick on her feet, so she can't always come back to y'all as fast. But the point is, y'all all have help. If Joe can't finish a point off that he's trying to say or articulate it correctly, then Ish can come in and help him, or Ice can come in and help him. And one of the main problems that Mel always had is that it's not that her points are wrong. A lot of times, I'm just like, as a woman, some of the points she's making, she just can't articulate it correctly. And not only that, like I said, she's not good at being light on her feet and being able to retort and go back and forth with niggas when they trying to push back on her. So she falls flat. But again, it's not fair when it's just you trying to make your point and there's 7 other people that's all coming down on you at the same time with their fucking points that they're all in agreement with. So it's like, what are we talking about? Second of all, or third of all, however many y'alls were on. This is not to say that Mel doesn't have any accountability. And I don't understand why is it that when she speaks about her experience, that y'all take it as her saying she had no fault at all. When did she say that? We have already established long ago that Mel has a hard time with accountability. But just because Mel has a hard time taking accountability, that does not negate what the fuck she's saying about how she was treated on this show. Again, not just, and this is something too, it would be one thing if Mel never ever said anything about how she feels. Mel has said on this show, I don't know how many different topics, episodes, pods, sections that we've had where we're talking about how Mel feels as the only woman on this show. Mel is not saying anything on this interview. This little clip right here is not that she ain't saying when she was sitting on the pod her damn self. What are we talking about? Everything that Mel just said right here is what she has said while she was sitting on the pod. It's not like she didn't say shit and she was all cool. And then when she left, she ran her mouth. When she was there, she said what her problem was. Also, while she was there, people that watch like me saw what they were doing, which leads to why Joe felt the need to say that to everybody. Because it's weird the way y'all treat Mel on this show. It's weird. And let's go to the whole, before we get to the comments, because I want to make her point of how disgusting you niggas are when y'all talk about this woman. It's one thing if you do not agree with her, right? It's one thing if you're like, I don't agree with that sentiment, you know, or I just don't necessarily want her on the show. That's one thing. Y'all are calling her all type, and I've said this before, y'all are calling her all type of whores, bitches, hoes. Y'all calling her everything but a child of God because she said that she used to be in a room full of niggas that was mostly misogynistic, which is not a fucking lie. When those niggas themselves have said, Joe says constantly he's misogynistic. So why are y'all getting mad about her saying that? It's true. It's true. Damn it, y'all made me forget my damn point. Because like that just irks me. It irks me so daggone much. It really, really, really does. And at the end of the day, it's like, somebody in the JBT community said, like, not that long ago, they was like, I'm really starting to believe the women when they say that, like, y'all don't like women because everybody was cool with Mona. Now all of a sudden, y'all got a problem with Mona. Facts. 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 Y'all want a whole bunch of nothing but dicks on this show. And if that's how y'all want it, that's cool. But be real about it. Stop trying to say that every single woman that come up here is a problem. Because she ain't. If you think that every single woman that comes on this pod is a problem and none of the niggas that's sitting up there is, you really need to go take a deeper look in the mirror and take all of their penises out of your mouth. Take them all out. It's nothing wrong with saying, I just want this to be an all-male podcast. Nothing wrong with that. But the way that some of y'all are going about it, incel ass niggas who ain't never step outside and even talk to a bitch a day in their life. That's what y'all giving. Y'all giving, oh, women are terrible because 2 women told you that you was corny. That's what y'all giving. That's what you're giving. You're giving that you could never get a bitch like Mel, so you're gonna hate everything about her. That's what it's giving. And all it is, oh, well, Mel just hates all men. That's why in the beginning she went off about all of the different people that she does like. It's not all black men. Let's be clear. It's not all black men. But a lot of you ain't shit black men. Y'all all congregate in the same spot. That ain't our damn fault. That ain't our fault. Y'all all congregate together. So we could mostly, for the most part, say a lot of these niggas right here ain't shit. Because y'all fucking flock together. The same way that whores flock together and y'all in y'all head, same thing. Ain't shit niggas flock together. She didn't say nothing wrong. She didn't say one solitary thing wrong. And let's get into the comments, right? Because again, I wanted to just really make my good sister's point with some of the comments that we're seeing here. Let's keep going. Let's see here. I'm trying to find the post. So we're gonna go to the quotes because I want to make sure I'm not lying to y'all. We're gonna go to the quotes and we're gonna read some of them. Let's see. I wish Melyssa was more explicit about the red pill language concepts that she's against, because sometimes women use red pill as a euphemism for language that they don't like. That's not what she said. She has an active OF and he had charges. Yeah, that's what y'all say. Hoes like Melyssa move like and think like a hoe and always play a victim. You just want your hoish behavior to be championed as crazy. I don't know what that has to do with anything that she just said. What what does that have to? Where the hell did she say she wants her being a hoe to be championed? What the fuck does that have anything to do with anything? It literally makes no sense. Let's keep going. This is gaslighting. An older, still a baddie hoe with an active OnlyFans enjoys men who pander to her and not the men who hold her accountable for her behavior. What does her having an OnlyFans have to do with what she said about being in a room with men that are misogynistic? Y'all are literally proving her point. All I'm seeing mostly is y'all calling her a hoe. Y'all niggas that calling her a hoe off of her saying what she just said falls in the exact category that she's talking about, which is why you felt so touched and hit by what she said, because you fall under it. If you don't fall under it, why are you so pressed about what the fuck she said? What does Melyssa Ford having an OnlyFans have to do with how the fuck she was treated at her podcast job? What does one have to do with the other? But y'all sit up here and say that her calling out misogyny is bullshit. What the fuck is this then? What is this? Joe is the biggest hoe on Ish is the biggest hoe on that platform. This man has been very honest about how many sexual partners that he's had. Over 3 digits. But she's a hoe. Because she has an OnlyFans where she's showing her feet. Why don't y'all call Ish a hoe? Why is Joe not a hoe? Y'all niggas is fucking toxic as fuck, bro. Y'all niggas is fucking toxic. And I know you niggas is toxic. Like somebody just said, I just read. We know you niggas is toxic because anytime, not just Mel. Let me be clear. Not just Mel. Mark, mostly Mark, Amani, Ice. Anytime them 3 niggas diverge off of what the root thing is, you want to know what y'all say? They're pandering. Versus that's just how the fuck they actually feel. And because it does not align with the group thing, y'all say them niggas is pandering. Which has been brought up on the show plenty of times. That's simply because niggas don't agree with what the nigga, be clear, the nigga, barbershop nigga ass talk is and opinion is that because a black man does not align with that, y'all say he's pandering. Versus that's just how the fuck he feels. Y'all are misogynistic. Y'all have red pill energy. Y'all give incel like y'all never been the fuck outside around bitches. Period. A lot of y'all. Specifically the ones that's making all them comments calling her a hoe and a whore and she doesn't deserve this. Because she said the niggas that she's in the room with sometimes are misogynistic. Read the word, get into the word, learn the definition, and then show up. If you want Joes and them dicks in y'all mouths, just say that. But this whole thing of oh, she, no. We're not going to do that. And like we've been saying forever, it's already starting right now. Give it another month or two. Y'all be saying the same thing about Mona. Y'all, the tide is already turning towards Mona a little bit. Give a little bit more time. Because see, Mona's going to stand on business in a way that Mel will not, which is going to make y'all hate her even more. And last thing I'm going to say on this shit before we move on to the flip thing is, if Mona does not work out on this show, Joe needs to just never have another woman co-host on the show. Because it's not going to work. Between the way that the niggas on the show actually act around women versus along with the way that the majority of y'all audience act towards women, you might as well just not have any on there at all. At all. You brought Sasha up there on some... The whole point of Sasha being up there is under the guise of misogyny. What are we even talking about? Sasha's entire point of being on that show is all under the guise of, y'all need to really do your Googles and read. Moving the fuck on to flip. I am so happy. This is news. Hey. Tip. You did your big one with this one. I don't care how they spin it. Oh, Flip is busy. Flip got this to do. I don't give a shit. Flip is going down to now 1 day per week on the show. Thank you, goodness. Because first of all, I feel like he shouldn't even be on this show. Given everything that happened with Mel, and I don't care, I stand on 10 toes that Flip had a lot to do with the reason why Mel left. Permanently. I don't care what nobody said. Okay? Second of all, he's annoying as shit. So... if you're not going to get rid of him altogether because the whole Mel thing, good, demote his ass. He does not deserve to do the shit that he did regarding Mel leaving, and then he just continues to get to flourish. And then wonder why people call y'all show misogynistic, red pill, all this other shit. That's right. Demote his ass. You don't get to be on this show being disruptful, doing whatever the fuck you want to do. Just doing the absolute most, causing nothing but chaos, and you get to stay. No, your ass can go. And as far as I'm concerned, he don't need to come back. Once a week is good enough. I think once a week is good. That's fine. We don't need that nigga more than that. Let him go do his own thing with his own peoples and let it be over there. But thank goodness, nobody wants to see Flip anymore. And also, now I'm thinking about the whole thing with Mel, right? So, I don't know if y'all remember this, right? But I brought this up in my video. Joe had outed, when Mel was still on the show, that Mel was upset about something, so he told her to go see HR. Mel says when she went to go see HR, and she told her everything, that after the HR lady gave her all of her options, she said, you want to know what? Forget it. Never mind. And everybody else is like, and Joe's like, oh, well, you think you would be able to tell somebody on HR or come back to the job, and da-da-da-da-da. And she was like, I just said, you know what, it's okay. And Flip is like, well, what you trying to say? She trying to say that she saved us. Yes, that's exactly what the fuck she's trying to say. Because to be very real, what Mel is trying to say, as somebody that been through this whole HR situation multiple times, I'm going to tell you, this is exactly what happened. Mel went to HR. HR asked, what exactly are you feeling? She probably said, I don't know what she said, but she probably said, this person is saying these things to make me uncomfortable. This person is doing this to make me uncomfortable. This person said this, that was inappropriate. You want to know what HR said to her? What we gonna go about? We could go about this a couple ways. Either A, everything, these people are gonna get suspended. We're gonna do an investigation on not just them, but everybody. So that's one. 2, you could try to maybe take a leave while we do the investigation. Or 3, yeah, everybody get investigated. Fuck them 2. The people that you put into there, everybody get investigated. And now we got to go through a whole thing. Which is why Mel probably said, never mind. Because in all reality, the shit that Mel can go to HR on y'all about easily can get y'all niggas taken down. Easily. And more importantly, I'm going to end with this. If y'all stop talking about Mel Ford, maybe she won't reference y'all. for y'all, for the people who are fans of this show to be on Mel's ass because she referenced or it seems like she's alluded to them whenever since she left, all these niggas been doing on this show is alluding to her, making little jokes and shit. Keep her name out your mouth, maybe she'll do the same thing. But the point is, y'all not. So why should she? And again, like I said, she said all of this to y'all faces. None of this is new. All this is to y'all face. Hashtag I stand with Mel. You other fucking incel ass niggas who don't get no type of box and the only type of play that y'all get is from watching this damn show and y'all could jump off a bridge. Done.